would you argue or insist that this right to dream model is the most relevant, for the African, society or Ghanaian society?
I think it is simple. It's because it's the right thing to do. And I'll argue that the right to dream model extends beyond Africa. But this is where this is my home and where everything started. And so you can see typically in the academy model that if an academy thinks that the player doesn't have an economic value to them anymore, then they're discarded from the academy. And for me, it's wrong. The FIFA system encourages us to look at human beings as financial assets. And you can't operate like that. You need to take the human being and see the strengths that you have. Today you've seen some guys here getting into Ivy League universities, girls who didn't have any hope or dream, going on to become lawyers. Like those are like real human beings who start in your academy, and just because maybe their form is off at one point, we've seen the other academies come and go here. All the stories around how they just kick kids out when it doesn't meet their fancy anymore. But we've made like that long-term commitment to every kid, and you can see with our sponsors and with the growth that we're achieving, when you do the right thing, you grow. And so we've always done the right thing by the kids, and that's led to a growth in our philosophy and then a growth in the support for the model.
It's been 20 years. If Right to Dream were to be a product, at what stage of the cycle do you have it? Is it the maturity stage now?
No, we're a teenager. So, nobody has done this model before. So we don't have anything to look up to, even within the big European clubs. They also operate with a similar lack of ethics in the way they do things, on most cases. So we don't have a blueprint to follow. So really it's like trying to figure out each step as we go along. And as you know, we are the first Colts team in the history of Africa to buy our own club in Europe. It's never been done before. And we wanted to build our team up here, but the issues on the ground that we're all aware of, I think it was going to jeopardize the steps that we want our kids to take. So we bought our club in Europe, and we also put the Right to Dream methodology into the European players. We have a policy that all the European players will come here before our players from Ghana go there, which is very important. I think you can get the point I'm trying to make. So this is a Ghanaian brand which we are starting to export around the world. If you go to Right to Dream, if you go to the US and you talk about Right to Dream, you'll hear like a strong love for the brand and an understanding of the model. If you go to Europe, there's a Right to Dream stadium in Europe, and you can choose to label me as a foreigner, or you can look that I've been here for 20 years. Right to Dream is a Ghanaian brand that we built up, and now we are taking it systematically around the world. And we get offers on a regular basis for people who want a Right to Dream in another country. But when it goes there, it will be a Ghanaian export into footballing countries, which maybe in our minds we think are more developed than our own.
Tom, it sounds as if, maybe I might be wrong, but it sounds as if you've not been given full credit for what you've done. Is that the case?
No, I don't know what credit should look like. So that will come naturally. We just continue to work day by day. We know what we are about. We know the values that we have. We know the work that we've put in to get to where we are going. And every year you